Hi guys, Righteous Rhema here, bringing you your dose of truth for the day, and that is this. It's not about you. It's not all about you. I mean, it's a little bit about you, but it's not all about you. So I got this while I was going to my vacation, and I kind of was late. You know, I ain't gonna lie, I did kind of, come kind of late to the airport. So the lady at the ticket, the bag, whatever, the one that give you their ticket to your boarding pass, whatever. She said, if you're gonna make it, you may have to let your sisters go ahead of you. This is like she's got something like a voluntary separation because they couldn't print off my baggage, they couldn't print off my ticket, whatever. And so she said, good luck. Like, I don't think you're gonna make it. Like she said, no, you better make it through the TSA line in time. So I pretty much was like, okay, I'm gonna have to just run for my life, try to get this TSA and run to my gate. It was the last gate in the entire Memphis airport, the very, very end, and I'm not the most fit. I know I look like I'm in shape, like on the outside, but I'm not the most fit on the inside. So I was running, and normally I would pray something to the effect of, oh Lord, I pray that the pilot has to use the restroom so that he has to come a little late to the plane. I pray that something happens where they have to leave a little late. The old me would have prayed like, Lord, let something happen where they don't get to leave and I have a few more minutes to get to this, to get to my plane. And I said, nah, I'm not gonna pray that. And it felt selfish. It felt really selfish. I said, no, I'm not gonna pray that. Because I realized it's not all about me. And I realized, like, with airplanes, there are so many destinies connected to an airplane. There are so many people waiting to get to certain places at a certain time to a connecting flight. And I was like, how selfish of me, even if it was just a few minutes, how selfish of me to pray that hundreds of passengers on my plane are late to arrive to their connecting flight, or late to arrive to a funeral or a wedding or a job interview or the birth of their child or anything. I was like, it's so selfish. And I said, and so I began to think, righteous Rhema style about, like, about God. And I was like, man, God is a coordinator. I mean, the intelligence it takes to coordinate all those flights, like perfect timing, like this one could leave at this time, this one leave at this time, at this airport at this time. And I said, man, the genius that it takes to orchestrate and coordinate and navigate all those flights in perfect harmony. And I was like, who am I to think that I can just interrupt all of that because I woke up late? And so I was thinking about, like, with God, how God coordinates the lives of 7 billion people. And they say approximately 151,000 people die a day. And I'm sure those 151,000 people have families that say, Lord, why, Lord? Why you let my mama die? Why you let my sister die? Why you let my brother die? Why you let my child die? Why you let my boyfriend die? And we're crying out to God, like, why, Lord? Why? Like, why did that plane leave me? I was so close. My sister's on this trip. I paid so much money for this trip, and I missed the flight. Like, what if I had cried to God, why me? But the reality is that there are billions of lives that God is coordinating. And unfortunately, somebody has to die. 151,000 people have to die a day. That's going to happen. It's been happening for decades, if not centuries. And so I've learned that it's not all about me. I learned that, and I said, Lord, if I miss the flight, I will be disappointed, I'll be hurt, but I trust you, God. If I didn't miss the flight, I trust that you know what's best. I wasn't meant to be there that day, at that time. I'll catch another flight. If not, I just wasn't meant to go. And I just really trusted God. And by the grace of God, I was able to catch my flight. But I just realized it just really taught me something about, like, selfishness. Like, when things don't happen, like, if you don't get the job that you applied for, if you don't get the house that you applied for, if you don't get the promotion, the raise, the boyfriend, the husband, the wife, like, if you don't get everything that you want, you gotta ask yourself, like, what if it was God orchestrating all these things? Like, sometimes we get mad at a boss, for example, and some of us have prayed, Lord, let my boss get fired, let my boss, lose her job, lose his job, and we're like really praying God will, like, do this to this person. The thing about it is that boss has children he's taking care of. That boss has grandchildren he's taking care of. That boss that you hate has a really sweet wife that is believing God to provide for her family. And so you just say, Lord, fire that boss because she gets on my nerves, she roll her eyes at me, and I don't like her. You're not thinking about all the other destinies and lives connected. This boss, you can't stand him. He may be paying to put his children through college. No scholarship, no loans, personal money. So you may hate your boss, but is he taking care of his aging parents? You know what I'm saying? So God will still maybe remove that boss from their job. I've had that happen before. But maybe he'll maybe he's waiting for that boss maybe 3 weeks later to get another position at another company. But before he does that, before that boss gets their job, the person who's in that position currently has to move to a different job. You see what I'm saying? God's coordinating so that all these people's families will be provided for. You can't inspire him because you don't like him. He's like, what about the children? The children crying out for food? I'm going to inspire this man because you don't like him, because he rolled his eyes at you, so that his family going to starve? It's like, God is like, it's not all about you. It's not about you. I am coordinating an entire world. I hate that you hate your assistant pastor. I hate that your assistant pastor is messy and gossips. But this assistant pastor may have some other kind of gift or ministry. They may be the one paying all the bills of the church. So if I get rid of this assistant pastor, you want to go away, the church light's gonna go off. You know what I'm saying? So it's not all about you. You don't know why God has certain people in place. You don't know why things happen for a reason. Why things, like some people on their wedding day, the groom didn't show up, the bride didn't show up. Then you find out the groom and bride was a total psycho. You know what I'm saying? But like, Lord, why my wedding didn't happen? Why my wedding got canceled? Why did this happen? Why, Lord? And he's like, I'm coordinating billions of destinies. You all don't know what billions looks like. None of us know what billions of people look like. We know what, few people at our job look like, a large stadium full of people, a crusade in Africa. We've seen what thousands of people look like, but imagine billions of people, and not just those billions of people, but there are children to come, the grandchildren to come, and God is coordinating. God, he thinks generationally. He's a generational God. He thinks like, you hear him say, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob. He doesn't just do anything. He'll say even for 1,000 generations in the Old Testament, up to 1,000 generations. Like, God thinks generationally, and so you want God to shake up heaven and earth because you're annoyed by, like, some of you all want somebody's husband. You wouldn't be with somebody's husband. Lord, let his wife die of cancer. She's already sick, but let her die of cancer. When this woman has children connected to her, this woman is praying on the altar for God to save her marriage, and you want God to break up their marriage so you can have sex with her husband, so he can cheat on you when he marry you next. It's like, guys, like, this woman is crying out to me every day, asking God to save her marriage. Why would I just get rid of him so you can have good sex with him? So it's like, y'all, it's not about you. God lets things happen for a reason. It hurts sometimes. We've all lost loved ones. We're like, Lord, what did you get out of her dying at 33? What did you get out of this child dying at age 1? What did you get out of my grandparent dying at this? Like, you don't know what all goes into it. Like, when I was almost missing my flight, I didn't know how many passengers were on that plane and where they were going, where they were headed. I didn't know their next connecting flight. I didn't know they would have to run for their lives to catch their connecting flight. I didn't know. I didn't even care. It's like, man, I did care, but the old me would be like, I don't know and I don't care. I just want to miss my flight. I want to get to my trip, to my cousin's trip in Miami. I don't really care. But we had to start thinking more generationally, thinking more like internationally, thinking more, thinking more about other people and saying, Lord, if I don't get this job because it's meant for another person who's taking care of 5 children, or a person you want to break generational curses of poverty off of their lives, or if you want this couple to get married instead of me and this person getting married, so you can, start this, whatever they got, some ministry, they have a marriage ministry, something God has for them. If I don't get this scholarship because it's meant for this other person who doesn't make as much as I make, Lord, if you let this child, if you let this child pass instead of healing this child, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna disappoint me. I'm gonna be sad. But Lord, I trust you. You gotta trust, like, the people who are coordinating all those flights. Like, you see those tickers, all those rows are like, you see a flight say on time, delayed, on time, delayed, on time, delayed, or canceled, just all the way canceled. And you're like, why did those get canceled? Why did these 6 get canceled and those 5 get delayed and these be on time? Why, Lord? Why? It's like, guys, like, I might have to delay it to prevent something crazy from happening. I might have to cancel it to prevent a bad connection from coming together. Like, I may want 2 people to miss each other, who would meet each other in the bathroom and have a very bad connection for the rest of their lives. So maybe I canceled the flight just so you wouldn't run into so-and-so. He would have a miserable marriage for the next 20 years. You see what I'm saying? We don't know any of those details. We just know that, man, I missed my flight. Man, my flight got delayed. Man, my flight got canceled. Man, how many people have you heard saying they missed a flight and the plane crashed? You've heard it before. You've heard it before. Somebody say, I didn't get in the car and the people in the car died and I missed. I was mad I didn't get picked up, but I didn't die. Or you get a certain job, and the people that were hired got laid off 6 months later. But you picked up another job that paid maybe they paid less, but the job is secure. They had better benefits. Or you did marry this one person, and then the next person who married him, he killed her. You see what I'm saying? God is coordinating. That's what faith is. Faith is like, Lord, I don't know any of the details. I don't need some of the details, but Lord, I just trust you. Whatever you say happen, I'm gonna pray and let you know what I want. The Bible does say, God, give you the desires of your heart. I will pray for what I want. I will ask, seek, and knock. But at the end of the day, I'm always like, Lord, your will be done. Whatever it is. Like, what if Jesus would have been like, I don't want to die at 33 years old. What I gotta die for? Billions of people won't be saved if you don't die at 33 years old. Like, remember Peter was like, Lord, I'm not gonna let them kill you. And Jesus was like, Satan, get thee behind me. Like, that's satanic. Like, if you do not want God's will to be done in someone's life, that's satanic. He told his right hand man Peter, get thee behind me, Satan, because you don't want me to die young. How's that satanic? Sometimes it's good to die young. Sometimes a person dies and they are a organ donor, and then maybe like 10 people's lives were saved from their blood, organs, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? Maybe the family needed the life insurance. Who knows? I don't know. You don't know. It doesn't matter. Just trust God in everything. Whatever happens, just pray, and whatever happens, God may not ever tell you why it happened. You may find out in eternity. Oh, I see why I was raised by a single mother. My dad would have taught me to be a drug dealer, and I would have died in jail. You know what I'm saying? At 20 years old. You see what I'm saying? You don't know. You don't need to know. Everything don't need to be known. Some things are private. Everything's not public. Everything's not public knowledge. Some things are private. Some things are going to be revealed later on. Some things are to be revealed in the future. Everything is not public knowledge. So just trust God. No matter what happens, trust God. Say, Lord, I don't know why this happened. I don't know why I got this diagnosis. I don't know why I lost this loved one. I don't know why my car got hit on the highway, and I just got this car and it got hit. I don't know why this tree fell into my house. I don't know why this fire started in my home and burned all my possessions. I don't know why, but Lord, I trust you. You know. Lord, you know. Thank you guys for watching. Please share, subscribe to Righteous Rhema. Bye-bye.